Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can you believe we're getting back to our consistency?
Look at that.
Yo, guys, hope you're enjoying this. This is like a month of June content right now.
It is happening.
It's happening, bro. So am I in Cape Town now? I might be in Cape Town when this releases.
When you do hear this,
yeah, I will be in Cape Town.
My boy will be in Cape Town for the second time in a month.
Yes. The boy is back in Cape Town.
This is what you talk about blessing. You know?
The Lord is opening doors. That's all I'm saying. That's all I have to say.
Come on now.
Chandayengerwa. I'm kidding. Forgive me, Jesus. So, Jobs. Oh, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, it's your resident black Spiderman, Karabo Mdluli, with our dealers. I'm with
Jabulani, aka the Black Knight.
Absolutely.
Come, I want to make that stick.
That's it, eh?
The Black Knight.
That is the one. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're blessing you guys with June content, June flavors.
Yeah, man.
It's good to be back. Like I said, we're back in the dungeon, back in the stew, back in the lab,
back in the trap, man.
You know, we're back in the bando,
Cookie.
back in the north side.
Cookie.
You know, everything is back. You know,
Cookie.
Migos were saying, you know, taking it back to the roots. You get me?
Come on now.
You know, us, the Migos, are just the two best groups in the world right now. If you think about it,
we should level up and get ad-libs. You know what you're saying now.
Yeah.
And then just ad-lib.
Everything.
Some ad-lib.
Ad-lib. Yeah. Facts, bro. As soon as we get that desk, it's over for everyone.
Happening, guys.
It's over for everyone.
It's happening. Just keep praying and send us money.
Please, yeah. Our patrons in the bio, our Kickstarter, all that. I know you guys are probably missing the video content, but you know, like I said a while ago, we just wanted to get the consistency back.
Yeah.
Like I said, go back to the roots. We started as a podcast, and that's where we are. I mean, like I said, we are on YouTube. We have visuals, but you know, we want you guys to listen in the car, listen while you're running, listen while you're at the gym.
Yeah, and I think it's that thing that the COVID break shook everything. Then our own personal lives got hella busy.
That's it, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, man, we just
it's
trying to get up again.
Yeah, man, it takes a bit of effort from all of us to get the stuff sorted, like
especially like
visual as well. That's editing, that's equipment, that's making sure sound and all this. This is the podcast is easy. I mean, we just got two really good mics right now, and then like I said,
shout out to our guy Phil.
Shout out to Phil.
We love you, Phil.
Shout out to Phil, man.
Even though I dislike the fact that you support Man United.
That's why I love you, Phil. That's why I love you.
That is an issue for me.
Shout out to Phil. He's going to be a dad soon.
My guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Phil and Amy.
I'm going to buy his child
a Man United kid. Of course.
A Chelsea kid.
It's a girl, hey?
It's going to be a Chelsea kid. That's
very
excited Uncle Jobs at the back, number 10.
Very excited for that. For that little girl's going to have amazing parents.
I mean,
so shout out to you guys.
The greatest.
You guys are going to be amazing parents. Shout out to you guys. So, Jobs, I had a quick question.
Yeah, my guy.
So, I remember at home group, we go to we attend occasionally the same home group.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
I'm a floater.
Yeah, we're technically not a part of it. We just sort of like, shout out to the Murrays. We just go in and out. If you guys didn't hear on the previous pod, Jobu and I go to the same church.
Come on.
And I mentioned at the home group, I asked around. I said to the guys, what were your highlights and lowlights of your schooling experience? I wanted to specifically focus on high school, cause and also just because majority of us went to the same high school.
Place, yeah.
And I think because I was talking to our good friend Carla about it.
Shout out Carlos.
Shout out to Carlos Thompson. Shout out to Campbell as well, man. I saw the boy in Cape Town.
Come on.
Yeah, man. And I'm preempting this. Like I said, I hope I see him.
You haven't left yet.
I'm in Joburg right now.
But I believe the statement.
But when this releases, I am in Cape Town. So I hope I do get to see him. So I said, for me, or do you want to go first? Do you have any?
No.
So anything like, I guess when I mentioned it. So because to be honest, we were talking about our old high school, which again we won't name. So for the most part, my whole high school experience wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Thinking back on the school we attended, I actually let a lot slide.
Yeah.
A lot of racism.
But bro, just let me kind of stop you there, because that is a very interesting topic that we have discussed with many of our school colleagues and stuff like
off
that.
air and everything. This is all alleged. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. So with me, I'm like, we're in a different time now than we were back then. So the stuff that will bother kids in high school now wouldn't have bothered us back then.
Yeah, but even like I totally agree. I think at the time, I mean, I was 13, 14, going into grade 8 when I joined the school, and I mean, I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't know. Also, this was a good point that they mentioned at home group, where it's like social media wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
Instagram
Was
launched.
there.
No, Instagram launched when I was grade 10, bro.
Yeah.
So like later in my high school year. So like social media was not a thing. Facebook was around, but no one was really using Facebook the way it is now. No one was like posting their opinions as much. They were posting just photos of their families and stuff.
Yeah, it was wholesome vibe.
It was really wholesome back then.
Actually, I miss 15, what's it called? Instagram, man.
Oh, when it started, bro, it was
man,
like...
It was nice. It was cool. Because I remember, like, you know how Jose Mourinho posts stuff on Insta?
That's how Instagram
You
used to be.
literally take a picture of whatever that you see and be like, I saw this cool plant and then that's it.
Yeah. That's how Instagram used to be. Now it's like, I mean, I fully hold my hand up. Like my Instagram is like...
The aesthetic, it has a
vibe, but it's like a mood board to me.
Yeah.
So I take a lot of time and effort. But when I started, I used to post nonsense, bro.
Wholesome vibes.
Yes.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see that, literally just scroll down all the way down to Linda's like first pictures. You'll see those doesn't really fit the...
Not at all.
vibe.
Like, I think I've definitely deleted and archived a lot. But back then, I didn't have a theme.
Yeah.
I still posted cool photos, but it was just a really cool sunset or like my shoes or like my friends.
It was still aesthetic.
Yeah, but there was no theme.
then,
there was no like theme. Now it's like I have a brand essentially. Yeah. But going back on that, so that was a great point that they made with social media. Now you make a mistake and you are all over social media.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back now, don't get me wrong, like we've heard of stuff that has happened now at the school, which has been kept very internal.
Yeah.
And if it blew up, it would be over,
Yeah.
like done for.
Yeah.
I mean, we had an incident with, and I won't even say what position he was in, because then I think everyone will know what school we're talking about, where someone in a high position at the school,
Something's happened.
something's happened, Something's
Let's
happened.
see
And that was probably the biggest I saw it reach outside of the school.
Yeah.
Like I saw it in newspapers, heard it on the news, heard it on the radio, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure they were scrambling, and they were like, I'm sure they were scared, because like, oh my gosh, not that it was their fault, like it wasn't the school's fault.
All publicity isn't good publicity.
No. Everyone's like, oh, it's all good. Like, not in this case, But like we were saying, just about social media and stuff, and like similar, like you were saying, like the things that bothered me now may not have bothered me back then.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I do look back and I'm just like, so I used to have dreads back in the day.
Come on now.
I'm like Soldier Boy. I had them first.
Come on now.
I had bathing apes first. I used to wear Air Force Ones first before everyone got cool.
Yes,
I had Superstars before they were cool.
I was the first one to bring in Vans.
No, it's facts though. Jobs was wearing Vans before. Old schools, like he was wearing them way before they were popular.
Now I got these newer age school, the skate 8s.
Skate 8s?
Yeah.
Yeah, out here, bro.
The local. Come on now.
Yeah, man. So like all I'm saying is I did it first before anyone.
You did.
I was the first one with the BlackBerry in high school.
You was the first one wearing ripped jeans.
I was the first one wearing ripped jeans at King's. I was the first. Damn, I said the name. Sorry. I was the first one who had an iPhone 5S. Like I was the first one.
He's the goat.
I'm like Soldier Boy, bro.
He's the goat.
I'm the Soldier Boy of the school. And I guess the name, no one can tie it, at least.
I mean, if you know us.
If you know us, then whatever.
You know exactly.
But like I said, we're not trying to flame anyone on this thing. But yeah, so it's back to the dreadlocks thing. So I was like saying, when I used to have dreads, and I remember being told like, no, they're not neat.
Yeah.
And then there was these white boys with Justin Bieber's bloody hair. Like,
that was a whack hair.
and then you're saying that's neat. And I'm like, hey, well, guys, what's... But like I said, at the time, didn't mean anything to me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now I go to the school. I'll occasionally work at the cafe that's on campus. Echo, shout out to Echo Coffee. Shout out to Jared, the new manager. Shout out to Lee, our guy.
Shout out to everyone. Actually.
Shout out to everyone. Gloria, Cecil, all the team.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. And I see guys with like the Travis Scott braids, dreadlocks, everything.
I remember when I saw that some time back. I'm like, back in our day, that would not fly.
Dude, even a fade wouldn't have. A fade wasn't even like allowed, which makes no sense to me, bro.
The thing is, that's what I'm saying. It was a different time.
Also, a fade probably wasn't like the coolest look at the time. It was either like you're bald or you had hair on your head.
Bro, but the boosie fade, bro. Everyone needs the boosie fade.
No, you do. Always. You have to get your hair cut at least every 3 days.
Come on.
You have to keep it straight, bro.
Come on.
Always.
But my thing is that it was a different time.
No, it was for sure.
And the way our parents raised us is that thing of they still trying to figure out this democracy thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of still that thing of respect the white man, like that type of thing, like basically walk in eggshells.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we automatically picked up that way of life.
That mindset, yeah.
Yeah. So now we are still running with the same mentality, but obviously growing out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so back in high school,
embracing who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, back in high school, if a teacher told me something that will definitely be deemed as racist today,
Yeah.
back then I just would have said, no, this is the authority. I'm at a white school again. I need to go home and tell my parents, I need to cut these things off. Or I need to comb my hair, or I need to, whatever it is, you know, because that's just how we were raised. You know, and yes, there wasn't social media to expose us to stuff happening across the world and all of that. So, yeah, like, that's why I'm not surprised how the school environment looks now compared to when we were there.
Is it, so you think it's for the better?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, for me, it's for the worst. There's these younger people, younger than me. This is not shade to you guys, not shade to your generation, but there's too much freedom. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have freedom of choice, like free will, basically.
Yeah.
But also following rules and following a certain way of life creates discipline. And it teaches you how to start and finish something. I don't think these kids these days have that. There's a lot of dangerous freedom of thoughts, freedom of speech. Like, it's opinion fighting. It happens everywhere, to the point where it's best just not to talk. Don't voice your opinion because someone's going to come fight you. Like, for you, let's say in public, you're like, I'm a Christian. 3 other religions are going to come pop up and tune you about your religion. They'll tune you saying that, no, that's the white man's religion from a black person.
Yeah.
That's the colonizer's religion. All of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's always an argument backing it up. But then it's like, but that's freedom of speech. That's free will. That's my choice. You know? And now it's been expedited and blown up in this younger generation to a point where it's dangerous, that anything that is remotely against what they think or feel, it is a reason to start a revolution. It is a reason to be activists. It's a reason to just fight the powers. And it's like, guys, life is like that. There is rules and regulations that we have to abide by. And at the time, the rule might not seem nice to you. But bro, you're learning discipline, you're learning respect. One day you can't walk into a global corporation and they're like, listen, you're part of our laws or regulations that, yeah, you're not allowed to have dreads, or you're not allowed to have like a comb over, something like that.
Yeah.
Now our generation is going to get in there and try blow it up. And it's like, guys, no, it's not like that. It's just that there's a certain standard that you must keep. Like, for example, let's say you walk into a bank today. The teller has dreads, has tattoos to his neck, or it's a white guy, comb over, tattoos to his neck. His hair is purple. You're about to go take your money there. Legitimately, how would you feel?
It would be weird.
You'll be a bit uneasy.
I mean, I would probably still do it because he obviously got the job.
Yeah.
But it would look unusual.
Yeah.
It would look unusual. Yeah.
Now let's say the whole environment is like that. You dress how you want to dress. You look how you want to look. X, Y, Z. Now, the reason why I used banking, because they have the strictest standards in industry. So now for me, I'm like, listen, yeah, if I take my money somewhere, I want to know that I'm taking it to a guy wearing a suit. He's looking presentable, all of that. What previous centuries have said is presentable. That's what I want to see. But now it's like, bro, it's like small things that people fight. So taking it back to the school thing, yes, it's for the worst, in my opinion. And haters out there, you'll say I'm brainwashed or whatever it is. I don't give a damn because I know who I am. I know whose I am, you know? So, like, yeah. Like, it's I mean, we've had this conversation off air where I'm like, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
Sure.
But where it is now, it's dangerous.
No, I get you. And I think for me, not disagreeing with what you were saying, but then for the most part, I don't know. I feel like now, I agree it's in a worse place, but also from an organizational point of view.
Yeah.
Because I think that even though like society has changed, but I don't think the schools have changed with it. So society has changed, whether or not that's for the better or for the good. That's comes down to what you believe and whatever. But then from like an organizational point of view, I think the school is still stuck in like a very old school way of thinking.
And that's many schools.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like schools in general, like private schools, probably for the most part, are the in the northern suburbs of where we stay, and we're not even like in the richest part of Bryanston. We're just in like the very middle class part of Bryanston, whatever. But yeah, so because there was a alleged incident like a few years ago of a kid who made like a fake account and like roasting black people and all that kind of stuff. This said person was a white girl doing this. So when all of this happened, so I heard about this much later, only like towards the end of last year. When this happened like 2 years back. Obviously I'm not at the school. And when I heard about it, I'm like, this is wild, bro. Like how did this happen? So the way it blew up internally was the kids found out who it was. So they saw this page thinking it was just some random Twitter troll, realized that it was a person at the school. And then the people either in her grade or like the high school as a whole, they were essentially like on their stories were like, when Monday comes, I'm going to get so-and-so. They were saying the person's name. It's like, we know this is you. We're coming for you. And it was like, it was blowing up everyone's story.
Did she get jumped? That's what I want to know.
So what happened was, because straight up, I won't even lie, I would have been one of those kids. I was like, it's on site when I see you. You can call me Squarespace. It's on site. that's a J. Cole bar. But the new album, the off season. And but straight up, it would have, if I had seen it, it would have been on site. Like I would have been like, yo, what the hell is your problem? Type of thing. So the teachers found out that she was being threatened. And I mean, I don't use air quotes because in a sense they were threatening her. Like if you...
No, I mean, if someone's saying, when I see you...
Yeah, no, if you're taking it out of context, if you're just saying like, when I see Jobs on Monday, I'm going to beat him up. Like, and you don't understand what's happening, that looks and sounds like a threat. So you have to kind of intervene. So that's exactly what happened. The school intervened and they were like, yo, don't threaten this girl. Then they were like, no, she did this and this.
So is that where the black people got suspended?
No, that was something else. Oh. Yeah, that was something else. Yeah. That was something else. Yeah. That's another story. That's another story. Gosh, you see, the school, bro.
Oh, man.
So that was something else. So with this, what happened was... so this is even before the principal change happened, because I remember. So I was still working I was still working there, and I remember we had an assembly, and then all of a sudden, like this emergency assembly was called, like right afterwards, and then they were doing an announcement. The ex-principal was doing an announcement, and he was like saying, "No, we can't condone when threats are being made," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" I'm asking people like, "Yo, what the heck is this about?" Because we had no idea. Then they told me like, "No, this girl did this and this." I'm like. The whole time he mentioned the threats to the girl, but he didn't mention once what she did. Not saying that threats are not bad. Mention it, address it, and be like, "This is not cool. It's not a good way to handle this." But if we're trying to weigh what is worse in this situation, if we're trying to weigh what's worse in this situation, both are bad. I'll hold my. If someone is threatening me, I'm not gonna pretend like that's not a big thing.
But my thing is, bro, if you're in the wrong,
I'm fully in the wrong in this situation.
I understand, like. If you're threatening someone because you don't like what they do,
or just who I am,
like sure. But if you are a racist and someone threatens you, bro,
why are you surprised?
I don't give a.
Yeah, why are you surprised? So I'm just like, nah, this can't be real. So then I let it go because I was like, whatever. Because then nothing happened after that. Then last year, obviously during the whole of last year, for majority of the year, we were under level 5, level 4, whatever it was. And when the school started coming back, it was like just the matrics in grade 8s or just the matrics in grade 7s or whatever. And they were having meetings about the whole situation because the matrics were like trying to tell her like, yo, or tell the school like, you need to deal with this.
Yeah.
So my whole opinion on the thing, because like I said, I was very much out of the loop. I wasn't involved. It had nothing to do with me. So like I was thinking, so I was like, at the very least, I'm not saying expel the girl, but people have been expelled for stuff like this before.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like, nah, man, you must deal with this, hun. Like this is ridiculous. Like suspend her at the very least. I think she was matric, so I'm not saying expel her because she's in her final year.
Yeah, now you're ruining someone's life.
Don't expel her from doing finals or whatever, but like suspend her for like a week or a couple of days or something like that, where she can't attend classes and stuff like this because this is ridiculous. So nothing happened.
Yeah.
And she basically got off scot-free. She left the school, finished matric. And I think for the most part, everyone is still like friends with her. And like I said, I think not the ones who were threatening her, but like in general. So then my whole thing was, and this is why I was like, this is why the system hasn't changed, is because when you let something like that slide, you basically set a precedent that if it happens again, or if I decide to do something like this, I can get away with it.
Yeah.
And that for me is like, that's wrong,
It's
bro.
dangerous.
That's dangerous.
And it also allows other behaviors, not necessarily
Stuff that's not even as bad as
racism,
this. Stuff that's not even as bad as this.
to happen and people just to let it slide. I mean,
Like I remember before this principal I'm mentioning left, when he first came in, everyone hated him. Like, not gonna lie, like we weren't big fans of his and all this kind of stuff. And I remember I used to get to school really early. This was like my grade 11 year.
oh yes, I remember this.
Yeah, and I remember I got there super early, and then not everyone, some people, and I oathed on my life, I don't know who did it to this day, and it never came out. Like they never found this person. They were spray painting like, oh, we hate so and so, and like calling him names or whatever. Spray painting like on school property, bro. Like it was.
I can still see the picture in my head,
dude. I remember seeing. I'm like, I can't believe this. Like this is insane.
I was excited, bro. You know, high school when the stuff popping off.
Oh, it's nice, bro.
Being at high, bro, you like the scenes, the vibes, the atmosphere. Something's nice.
Like something's happening, and then, like I said, but that I remember like that was, and don't get me wrong, like this was you're visibly disrespecting the man, like it's deep, and I remember just thinking like, wow, this is crazy because now, it like we had an assembly for like an hour or something, and like who did this, like trying to find out.
He was wily.
He was mad, like he was
and
understandably so. Like so, okay. So in that situation, you're handling a situation pretty well, like in the sense that you're trying to hop on it quickly. But then with this, it was 1 10-minute announcement. You don't even mention the actual issue.
Yeah.
And then when they're trying to, at this time he had left, so it wasn't even him who was involved. But then now you're trying to deal with it behind the scenes, and it doesn't even get dealt with. You know what I mean? So. Like, I'm not trying to compare issues. Like, I understand, like, these are isolated incidences. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the way they handled that first one in a very good way. I mean, obviously, no one owned up to it because no one's ever going to. And I understand that was a deep thing. Yeah. The man was very disrespected. I'm not going to pretend.
Defamation of character.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to pretend like he was my favorite person. Yeah. But I wouldn't have spray painted anything. I didn't hate him that much. Like, it wasn't that deep.
I mean, I'm cool with him. Shout out.
I'm whatever. Like, if I see him, I'll greet him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to disrespect him.
Shout out to my guy.
Shout out to him. But yeah, man, that's so. I think for me, kind of thinking back on my whole high school experience, like having gone through all of that. That's why I said, like, especially at the school, it wasn't great. That being said, I think my number one worst moment. It's a nice tangent because then we can just end this on this topic. Because it was a good topic. Yeah, it was a good topic. Yeah, deep, it was very deep. I love that.
And yet again, guys,
not planned.
Don't highlight us. About what we've said.
Oh no, we you can clearly tell this was just a conversation that happened.
Don't highlight us. If you have a problem, please come to me directly.
Yeah, and listen, come on the pod as well. Like let's talk about this. Yeah. And it's deep. I think we all have opinions on just life and stuff. Yeah. It's cool. And for the most part, I think my worst experience in high school was my grade 11 year as a whole.
Oh, yes.
2013. Yeah, that was a rough year, emotionally.
But I feel like it was bad, but something great came out of it.
No, for sure. I think it was, if I look back on my journey, my Christian journey, and also just my life with my friends, and all that kind of stuff. That was a pivotal year. it was a turning point, but in the moment it sucked like
shocking.
crazy. Like first of all, grade 11 is a really tough year.
Yeah.
And if you're listening overseas, 11th grade,
Yeah.
we work on like an IEB system. It's kind of like British, but not really. I don't know. We're in South Africa, by the way. If you
It's
know.
unique.
It's unique, and it's kind of trash though. But
I liked it, man.
I mean, it's better than like other ones, but
Yeah.
it's like for them, it's pretty trash. But it's the best of the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the best in the country.
it's the best in
By
the country.
far.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah, and so that was grade 11 is a tough year because you use those marks to apply for university and everything. So everything's pretty tough. So if you do well in grade 11, you're basically in university. It's
Yeah.
like it's standard. Not that you can't use your matric marks and all that. Your grade 12 marks. And then my grandmother passed away that year, and just emotionally it was a tough year, man. So I
Yeah.
think that whole year was rough. This was 2013 for me. But then for the most part, I mean, I don't know about you, but like the best thing for me socially, high school and our school,
Yeah.
for me at least, was amazing. Like we went to high school together.
Yeah.
Joe was one of my closest friends, one of my closest and best friends.
Yeah.
Toomey on the pod, one of my closest and best friends. Panashe
Yeah.
on the pod, one of my closest and best friends. Jordan, Daniel,
Yeah.
Cameron. We all went to high school
Yeah.
together. Cameron being the youngest, like
Yeah.
I matriculated long before
You just matriculated.
I just matriculated, and then Cameron kind of got into high school.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's been 18 for like 5-6 years.
Cameron's been matric since grade 7.
Yeah, he's a grown man.
Hella mature. Shout out to Cameron. And he just matriculated for real,
Literally just.
like just now. So shout out to Cam, bro. We'll have you back on soon, bro. And I think so socially, like, and even like Phil, Jason, Gabriel, all these guys who I'm still huge mates with, like all these guys from high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, shout out to high school for doing that, and shout out to the school for birthing that, for organizing that. Yeah, thanks a lot. My social life was amazing. So I think that was a good experience, and I think, I mean, highlights. I mean, sports was always fun. Well, when sports was good at our school,
Yeah, now
Yeah.
he.
there's
Get me a uniform, I'll come back, guys.
if you need me.
I will save the rugby.
I was literally thinking, like, because we were meant to have like an alumni game, the
Yeah.
posh students versus.
Oh, yes.
We would have thrashed them. Like, it would have been 20-0.
These kids don't know what we used to be. We used to be strong back in the day.
Dude, we had provincial club guys all across the board, bro.
Natural, just birthed talent.
Across the board, bro. Every sport. I could cricket, provincial, national guys. Soccer, provincial, national guys. Jabu, my guy here.
Jack of all trades. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Any sport.
We literally we were killing it.
Holla at your boy.
And now it's not. Now it kind of sucks. I won't even lie to you. I mean, the thing is, they have actually very good coaches.
Yeah.
Some are very good. Well, actually, pretty much
All
all
of
of them.
actually,
Pretty much all of them are
they
very
are
good.
good at the sports.
They are very good at the
Yeah.
sports they do. It's just the kids are.
But that's the thing
Lazy
I was
as
saying
hell.
earlier on about defiance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think
it
I
ends
think
up affecting a lot more other things in life.
no. I mean, if it's affecting the sports field, that's where I must step in. That's where.
That's where you care. The
Listen,
most.
academically, that's your problem.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me. Like, do your own stuff. But we're on the same team.
That's my thing.
We're
bro.
trying to win, and now you're not even
Bro,
caring.
like who plays sport to lose? Like who plays sport?
Like
to
one
lose?
thing that made where the defiance comes in, and I definitely fell into the trap of it, where because we were forced to do sports
Yeah.
because the school isn't big.
Yeah,
So initially, you're like, whenever you tell a kid,
that's our problem.
when you tell a kid, oh, you have to do something, and I was like, oh, damn. But then it's like, okay, fine. If I have to play, I may as well
Yeah.
do well. I may as well
But
put my
now,
all in.
Think about all the memories. Think about all the people you've met.
Oh, dude,
all
sports
the
is the-
vibes, bro. Saturday mornings never be the same again.
Nah, bro, remember, dude, road trips,
Never-
tours.
never be the
Come on,
same
man.
again.
Nah,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
Dude, I remember our final football season. It was amazing. You know, like we were. I think we lost one game out of like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I remember this was probably like not my best moment, but I distinctly remember this moment. So I didn't start because they hated me. I don't know why. Haters. I'm not even going to say the coach's name. We know who it is.
Oh, that's my guy.
No, I love him.
That's my guy.
I love him, but I don't know why he benched me this game. In fact, he didn't play me the first game, and then he benched me for the second game. And then, so I come over playing against, what's that school in Hartbeespoort? Pekinwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing against Pekinwood. And we were 1-0 down up until like the 70th minute.
Yeah.
Then I come on. They put me on as like right wing. Oh no, as striker.
Yeah.
And then Shane, It's not my
Is that
position.
even? I was about to say,
It's not
you're
even my
a
position.
striker,
I'm not a
bro.
striker. I'm a flipping centre mid. I don't
Come
score
on,
goals. I distribute.
Tactician.
Yeah. Shane was playing right wing. Shane Lindsay.
Yeah.
He was like, "Can we swap?" I'm like, "Cool." So now I'm right wing, thinking that we're not, because the game is pretty much over. The Pekin was dominating us in our box. The boy comes on,
Come on now.
and I won't even lie. I changed the game.
Success story.
So I come. I remember I set up the first goal. So I come through. Shane makes a run. So Shane actually.
He is a striker.
Shane is a striker.
Yeah.
So he actually sets up a run or like makes space.
Yeah.
So I'm like on the right wing. Ball comes to me. Shane makes the run and he draws the defender out. So I have space. So I go forward.
Come. I can see these highlights in my head now.
And I go forward. And it's literally like me, the goal, like right to my left. And then Gabriel. And then the Pekinwood defender. And then Shane moved across. So I cross it in. Comes off the Pekinwood defender on goal.
Come on now.
So I'm like, that's an assist.
That is an assist.
That's
I don't
an
care
assist
what
for me.
this.
Second half, we get the ball again. A bit of scramble. This is probably like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
I get the ball. Shane makes another beautiful run.
Come on now. Shout out to Shane.
He played. I clearly unlocked him that
The
game.
goat.
So then he makes another run, draws another defender out. I had more space because I don't know why they're playing a weird formation, like 3 at the back. And then I pass to him through ball,
That's
and then
not
he
a high
scores.
school formation, bro. That's for professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So you play 4-4-2 at school. Yeah, there's no
other
4-3-3. Yeah.
formation.
There's no 4-3-3. Nothing. I pass to Shane, and then he scores. I remember, you changed the game, bro. That was a good memory, I must say. What about you, bro? Before we end,
Yo,
my Jabs was what? 2 years younger than me.
2 years, yeah.
2 years younger than me.
Yeah, man. Best memory.
Or just in general, what were some of the lowlights of?
I
Or
wouldn't
did you have
say.
any? Or did you have any? If you didn't, it's fine.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't say there were any lowlights in terms from a school perspective or. Yeah, I think mostly personal. I remember my grandfather was very sick for like during over Christmas. He's still alive. So
Thank you, Lord.
He made it out. He made it out. Then like 2 years later, my mom got like very sick. As well, she was also like in hospital for like a month and some time.
Yeah.
She still made it out, you know. So shout out to the Lord, actually, man. Shout out.
Come through so many times.
So yeah, I think those times were just a bit tough, and I just never dealt with emotions back then. So yeah, I think it made life just harder.
Yeah.
I mean, I also got saved in grade 10. So I mean, that's also amazing.
Was that grade 10?
Yeah, Jake Isaac.
Was that on?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you
first
did say.
time.
Yeah.
In the Thatchel, yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was a good night as well,
It
hey?
was fine.
Yo.
Shout out to everyone who was there.
Yeah, this was a good night. Shout out to Jake.
A big day.
Shout out to Lee, man.
You can shout out to my guy.
This was way before like the youth hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I could say that was a highlight in a sense. I'd say that. Also, I was a first team rugby captain.
Of course.
I took my team to the final, but we just couldn't make it.
Damn it. Didn't you win? You were undefeated until that game, wasn't it?
Now we lost to Summit, so they were our biggest competitions. Like they were our biggest, but we were gassed, bro. Like in the final, we were just gassed. We just didn't have it, bro.
Yeah.
We just didn't have it.
Ish. Sports day.
Yeah, but it was
Heartbreaking sometimes.
Yeah, man, it was a good season, though. I mean, from our previous season where we won nothing,
Yeah.
to making it to a final. Yours truly
Carried them.
leading the troops. I scored 3 tries
Yo, the
in one
armband.
game.
The armband.
Come on.
What was your position?
Nah, 7, so there's more free.
Oh, got you. Right, yeah.
But I was jack of all trades. Whatever they needed me to do, my team right now, if you guys are listening, niggas are still going to debate this. I was the highest point scorer that season. I don't care what you say. Because think about it. People score tries.
Yeah.
I was converting them.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
for every 5 points, I was collecting my 2. So out of the 7 points, I'd take 2, you take 5.
Yeah.
Then I came clutch the last tournament. I scored 3. I think I scored 5 tries in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
But I scored 3 in one game. Went and converted those myself because they were my tries.
Yeah.
I made a comeback, bro.
Yeah.
So if we still debating this, guys, come on now.
The numbers speak.
Come on
The
now.
numbers speak, bro.
I was spectacular. Cricket season was amazing in terms of camaraderie, not the actual games.
Yeah, cricket was a good team, man.
The games were tough. But it was also my best batting season. At a point, I was batting 3rd.
There was a story on one of the old art dealers. Timmy spoke about where he.
No, it's shocking. Please,
You know
it's the game you're thinking about. To me, it was horrible.
That's the game I'm talking
you
about.
were horrible.
I remember Dan was talking about it, and he said Mr. McLean was so angry.
Bro, like it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Like I spoke about this with friends last week.
Yeah.
Because we're just reminiscing. Good Lord. That was a horrible performance. But you're my guy to me, my guy. I love you, bro. But never play cricket again, bro. I beg you.
Oh my
I
days.
beg you.
I wish I was there for that one.
It was sad. Especially seeing your black brother
Yeah, no, doing so badly.
doing this. Now the other black men in the team, now we're like, hey, man, we have to perform now, bro. You've let us down so much, we have to perform now.
Oh my days, fine.
But yeah, man. Yeah.
High school, eh? Highs and lows, guys. Let us know what your high school experience was. Let us know what you think about the initial topic that we spoke about. You know, could that in itself could be something to expand on?
Yeah.
This is something we love to do.
Yeah, I
We
think
want to engage with you.
I think people mustn't look at it from the perspective that we were talking about the school we went to. That was more the context that we were in.
This, like I said, even in the previous last week's episode, where speaking about church and stuff, where I said this is all my experience at my church.
Yeah.
Not all churches.
Yeah.
This is not how all schools are, and this is not us flaming our old
Yeah,
church.
this is that we're speaking from the context that we are aware of. We can't speak about any other context.
This is all what's happened to us.
Yeah.
We're not making stuff up. This is what happened, and this is not like us putting our opinion on anything.
Yeah.
We are just sharing
Our opinions.
our opinions.
Yeah. So if you're thinking we're flaming old school, we're not.
We're really not.
We still love everything there.
Yeah.
And a lot of our life is there. So
Hey, listen, it formed us. You
all
know?
I'm saying, we're still there for a reason.
Yeah,
bro.
listen, even
like I said in the previous podcast,
even
we're still
but
there for a reason.
even the bad stuff formed us, you know.
Exactly.
So we can't. We're grateful. We're grateful.
man.
Like Jabu mentioned when I spoke about my grade 11 year. It was a tough year, but I mean, I'm grateful for having gone through all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for a lot of us, maybe we go through stuff, losing someone, losing a loved one. In the moment, it sucks, but
Yeah.
then you look at what the person you've become as a result,
Yeah.
and it's you look at the blessing of it. But in the moment, it sucks balls. Like
Yeah.
let's be honest,
So don't be haters out there thinking we're flaming
We're not.
our old school
We're
and now
really
you want to start drama.
not at all.
With me, it's on site.
Always.
Let me tell you that. I don't give empty threats. With me, if you want to get it, come holler at the boy. All right?
See, now they're not gonna find out about this like they did at you.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
It's on site.
It's on site. Bro, it's on site.
It's on
That's
site.
all I'm saying.
But yeah, guys, I'm still in Cape Town right now. Let me just tell you
It's
that.
living life.
I'm by the beach. You hear me?
That's the water.
Do you hear it? Yeah. Also, my Airbnb is like a 2-bedroom penthouse. You hear me? So if you guys want to come through,
Only if I knew that I would be done with varsity for my semester, I just should have told my parents,
you must come through.
you know,
I might be back in September.
in September.
Yeah.
Nah, that's going to be a hectic time.
August?
That's still quite hectic.
December.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'll be done.
Yeah, December. We're gonna hook up that same place as well. It'll be a vibe. But guys, it's your Red and Black Spider-Man, Karabo. I'm with
Jabulani, aka the Black Knight.
We Are the Art Dealers. Peace out.
Yes, sir.